All right, let's try this again. Happy Victory Monday. Earlier, I had to take a call, and I just pushed things back. But what are we doing? How are we feeling? It's Victory Monday. Let's go. 49ers in the Super Bowl. I just want to, be hyped all day, and that's what we've been doing. So, yeah, what a day. What a glorious game yesterday. Edge of our seats. The vibe was incredible. Levi's was rocking. Woo! And now we got one more game. The quest for six. It might come to full fruition this year. I don't know. I don't want to get ahead of myself. This is going to be a tough game. The Chiefs are not an easy team. This is going to be a monumental game, a historic game, obviously. Last night was a historic game. There was over 56 million people that viewed this game, according to reports out there, Fox. Their largest viewed NFC Championship game since 2012. It's crazy. Just everything about that game last night was wild. Pandemonium. Levi Stadium was rocking. It wasn't in the first half. It looked like we were all, going home sad. But, the 49ers, they kept the faith. They came out so hot in the second half, blistering hot. And they just took the momentum and seized it and never looked back. They just erupted that stadium. It was loud. It's the loudest I've ever seen Levi Stadium in my entire life. And I was there last week. So I said that last week. I said, there's no way you'll ever top this, loudness. Green Bay game was insane. And then last night happened, and it was just pure cinema. I can't believe it. The 49ers, the largest comeback, especially in Kyle Shanahan, being able to come back like that, dispelled his critics, and Brock Purdy and him, when they met at that, point after the game, when they hugged and embraced, it was just like, man, these two guys, they're going to do it, man. They're going to do it. And, Kyle found his quarterback. He's always needed that quarterback, just like Andy Reid always needed that quarterback. And he found Patrick Mahomes. And now it's Mahomes, Brock Purdy, Super Bowl. It's wild. But the vibes today are electric, just like they were yesterday. Everybody was just choked up. You could see people were emotional, crying, hyped, super excited. Everybody was so happy, hugging everybody, and dapping you up and, picking you up. Well, especially me. They're picking me up, hugging me, hyping me up. My back was hurting last night when I got home. I had to take some Tylenol when I got home. I was telling one of my friends, I was like, I need Tylenol. My back was killing me. It was definitely a brutal feeling yesterday with all the emotions running high and running and jumping and screaming and pumping my fist. When I got home, I was like, when you sit down for a minute and you're like, oh, those bones feel you. I'm a little old, so but this game yesterday was amazing. A comeback victory for the ages. We'll never forget this game, ladies and gentlemen, as 49er fans. If you're a fan of football, you're never going to forget this. This was just, it was amazing. Yeah, and keep the faith. You can never give up. You can never give up. 49ers proved that last night, that you just never know. 49ers, usually they're in the tail end, on the bad end of these comebacks. I've seen some horrible comebacks against the 49ers. And finally, thankfully, 49ers were able to hold on and get that dub yesterday. So, I don't know. It was just fantastic. And, one of those games where you just sit back, enjoy when you can, when you look back at it and you watch it that second time, when you rewatch it, you're just like, oh my God, I got to watch this game. I witnessed it. And especially if you went live, you're just like, oh my God, I witnessed that live. I can't believe it. And you're in the moment, but you're still just shocked when you rewatch and everything. Well, for me, at least, I watched it again this morning, and it was just, I was like, wow, I couldn't believe it. It was like watching a movie on TV this morning when I rewatched it. I was like, this is literally a movie. It was fantastic. The script writers had a fantastic script. So I couldn't even sleep last night. I think nobody got much sleep. Bags under our eyes, coffee, all that good stuff. Yeah, how's everybody doing today? It looks like everybody's hyped up in the chat. My man, Depressed Niners fan, says he saw a comment that said the Packers' biggest mistake was letting Brock Purdy finally know that he could come back from a deficit. It's a beautiful comment. That is true, because now Brock has that ability. He knows he can be that guy in that moment. It was a confidence builder. Absolutely. One of the things we said last week when we were talking about the Packers game was that was a big confidence booster. Like, okay, he didn't play good, but he knew that if his team's in a position where he could come down the field, drive down the field, and win the game, he could do it. And he did that. He did that last night. He put his team in perfect position many times, marched down the field, and he was delivering strikes. He got a strike to Debo. He had a strike to, obviously Brandon Aiyuk just threw it up there. F it. BA's down there, and he threw it to him, and that was fantastic catch by BA. Like, I want to talk about that one in a minute, but just so many big moments that passed the juice, the scrambles. I mean, he was running like Steve Young out there. It was amazing to watch Brock Purdy just run the ball like that, because everybody says, um, he's not athletic. He's not a game changer. He's a game manager. Game managers don't run the ball like Brock Purdy was running last night. He was, zooming. He was scrambling, and George Kittle says, "I want more. I need to see him do it some more." I think we all do. His athleticism is sneaky, very underrated, and the 49ers, man, are blessed to have Brock Purdy at quarterback. This is the guy that could take the 49ers to the promised land, and they've been searching for so many years. Today's the anniversary of the 49ers' last Super Bowl victory. Steve Young, 6 touchdowns. San Diego Chargers. Yeah, I said San Diego Chargers. Some of y'all weren't even born. They were the Chargers of San Diego. But it's on this day, 29 years ago, the 49ers defeated the Chargers and won the Super Bowl. 6 touchdowns by freaking Steve Young. That was phenomenal. I don't know if you guys ever remember that game, but woo, fantastical. They posted this on the NFL today, and I'm watching the highlights right now. Yeah, 29 years ago, the 49ers won Super Bowl XXIX behind a legendary 6 touchdown performance from Steve Young. And now the Niners are going for that 6th Lombardi in 13 days from today. Just incredible. It's wild, man. We have a chance. We have a chance to do this, So Charlene says, yeah, Brock won that game in a way that Lamar couldn't. Everybody wants to talk Lamar's the MVP, and he probably will be. Regular season awarded. It is what it is. There's no respect for Brock Purdy, and he's proven that when it matters most, it's the playoffs. We're talking about the playoffs, and Brock Purdy's getting it done. And today, yeah, if you watch Undisputed and all these shows, man, Richard Sherman has been standing on business. He kept it 100 on his show last night when he was, doing his reactions to the game, and he just said, man, Brock Purdy, he's going to take this team to the Super Bowl like he's been saying. And, a lot of people have been hating on Brock, and he says, you know what, this guy is doing it. He's not a game manager. He even tweeted last night that this is the guy that's putting his team in the driver's position. He's winning games uh, when his team needs him to, and that's what it is. Is Brock Purdy putting this team in a beautiful position. I love Uncle Sherman too, Jocelyn, because this guy was our hated enemy. This is the rival, and now he's on our side, and he's such a true leader. So I love that guy. He loves the Niners. I love him. It's cool. He was at the game yesterday, and you could see him embracing all the Niner players. Him and Debo were chatting it up, and him and the DBs and Tashawn Gibson and everything. It was cool to see. So love Sherman. He stands for business for the 49ers. And speaking of standing for business, Debo Samuel, he got the last laugh on Chauncey Gardner Johnson. That man is a trash can bucket. This guy was trolling the Niners. He was coming out with his shirt before the game and laughing and ha 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 and he. Let's see. Oh, we got some injury updates. Got some injury updates for NFC Championship game. Ambry Thomas, ankle injury. George Kittle, toe injury. Oh. Ooh. Let's get this posted. So we have 2 injuries right now from the NFC Championship. George Kittle, Ambry Thomas. George Kittle has a toe injury, and he's considered day-to-day. Ambry Thomas also considered day-to-day with an ankle injury. Let's get this posted up, ladies and gentlemen. This is the latest update. They're going to start practicing Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. There we go. Let's get all these updates right now. It's Kyle Shanahan's talking to the media here. Let's get these updates. So, we will get these. Let's see. Yeah, George Kittle, Ambry Thomas. But they're day-to-day. They'll be able to play in the Super Bowl. I'm sure they are. I'm sure they will be. So. All right, so we got Raj, Debo, both standing on business. Yeah, I'm not worried. It's just, day to day. It is what it is. I'm not too worried. They're not major injuries. Minor injuries, they're just, basic, whatever. They should be good to go, especially George Kittle. You think George Kittle is going to miss this opportunity in the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, Julius, we play for Super Bowls and not Pro Bowls. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's right. We didn't even need to worry about the Pro Bowl. The Niners got all the Pro Bowlers, and now all the alternates can take place in the Pro Bowl because Niners aren't going to be there. Love it. Let's see. We'll post this on Instagram. Let's see. Ambry Thomas, George Kittle. Purdy was a difference maker. He really was, man. That guy is fantastic. Let me take a look and see what else Kyle Shanahan says. Matt Mayoko had some tweets here. He says that, yeah, he opened up his press conference with the 49ers injury report. Ambry Thomas, day-to-day. George Kittle, that's it. So those that we got to that. Lombardi, let's see what he tweeted out here. He said that the 49ers next couple of days off until Thursday. So the 49ers are going to have a few days off, get to rest. They come back Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They'll fly out for Las Vegas on Sunday. So the 49ers are flying out to Vegas on Sunday. While everybody else is worried about the Pro Bowl, the 49ers will be worried about flying to the Super Bowl. So maybe they'll be doing a send off. I'll try to figure out, information on that. I'm pretty sure they'll do a little send off. 49ers off to Vegas. That'd be cool to do a little send off with them. So this team, man, I'm so incredibly hyped up for this squad. Again, Victory Monday. You gotta love it. This team, and I gotta go. You're right. I gotta go. I should go to the Vegas for the bowl, man. I gotta go. I gotta go. My mom, she actually called me. My mom called me. She lives in Vegas, and she says, "You going to you coming to Vegas? You coming to Vegas?" I said, "I don't know. We'll see." She goes, if you come to Vegas, you don't have a, you don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about a place to stay. I said, I know. So my mom's basically saying, please come home. I want to see you. I want to, make you some. She said, I'll make you food. I'll hook you up. I'll cook you all the food you want in the world. I was like, all right, well, come down, mom. So I might have to come down to Vegas for the Super Bowl. We'll see. We're working on it. We're working on it. My man Bomer says tickets are $8,000 for nosebleeds. I know I've been looking for tickets. My sister texted me yesterday, and she was like, "You going to the Super Bowl?" I was like, "I don't know." She goes, "Let me look," and she goes, "Yeah, tickets are $10,000." I was like, "You gonna pay for them for me?" I don't know. My sister, she begs money. She's going to Cabo. Her birthday's this month, actually, right before the Super Bowl. So she'll be in Cabo. I said, "Can you send me some Cabo money so I can go to the Super Bowl?" It's like Cabo for me. She's like, "Oh, we'll see, we'll see." I doubt it, but she looked at me and she laughed. She texted me. She laughed. She goes, "Tickets are $10,000." I know, it's crazy. $10,000 with the fees. Is there $8,000, and then the fees are up to $10,000. So, a lot of people were hating, guys. There was a lot of people hating at halftime, include Smitty, Jake from Uncovered NFL. So many people were hating on the Niners. Niner fans were sick. If you looked around Twitter, it was like, oh man, panic mode. It was a panic mode. And guess what? The 49ers held on. They delivered. And they were able to make that comeback, and that's what it was. You just got to believe. And I love the fact that they were able to come back because everybody was writing off Kyle Shanahan. They were writing off Kyle Shanahan, saying he can't come back. They were already posting the ESPN stats, da 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 da. And this team is just special. That's what it is. All you can say is this team they're special. It's a team of destiny. Honestly, that's truly what it is. This team if you believe in miracles, if you believe in destiny, like this is a team of destiny, man. And that's exactly what it was today or yesterday. It was just, man, I don't know. It was something there. Like when Brandon Aiyuk said the ladybug, like all these like just small little coincidences, just like weird things. Like yesterday, I started, and then you start believing that stuff. Like yesterday, I went to go get a charger at Walmart before the game. I was like, I need a new phone charger, because I have one, but I was just not sure if my phone chargers were gonna keep my phone charged for the whole time because I knew after the game was gonna be crazy. There's a lot of content. There's just so much things going on. I wanted to capture all those moments, and to live in the moment, get all that. And I was like, I don't know if my phone's gonna die because during the game, I'm recording, watching plays and stuff. So I went and got this charger box, this portable charger. It's called Juice, the Juice box or the Juice charger. And when I saw, it, I was like, Juice. I was like, we gotta get the Juice pack. And guess who had a solid game yesterday? It was Kyle Juszczyk, Juice. He put together a solid performance. He had two huge plays, especially that sideline toe touch catch was like, oh my God, it was money. But it just shows you like little things. It was destiny, man. It was absolute destiny, man. Um, you know, it's just amazing. His team is so good. Like you could see the stars were starring. We said that last night. How the best players stepped up. They stepped up all night, and they were able to pull this team out from the depths of desperation. Debo Samuel, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey. All these guys were playing their asses off. And I agree with you, Bomber, that Kyle outcoached Dan Campbell. He did his part, and a lot of people were getting mad at Kyle at halftime and calling for Kyle and Steve Wilkes. And I just remember sitting there going, 2 quarters, Kyle has to adjust. I said that at halftime. I said, if he can adjust, we'll be okay. And he made those adjustments. I didn't know if he was going to be able to do it or not, but he did it. And Dan Campbell, man, his aggressiveness was just it was just not that's what killed them. That's what killed the Lions was their aggressiveness. Dan Campbell, they call him Dan Gamble. He likes to gamble a lot and he made too many mistakes, man. He made too many mistakes and that's what it is. You can't be going for those plays like fourth down. You get a little too cute. You know what I mean? That's what it is. So Lions fans were getting cocky. Eminem was flipping people off. End of the day, man, the 49ers did what they had to do to punch their ticket to the Super Bowl, and I love it, man. Yeah, Dan Campbell outcoached himself. He really just made bonehead decisions. He's a young quarterback or he's a young coach. Sorry, a young coach in terms of experience wise. He's still a young up and coming coach. I'm not saying he's a young guy, but I'm saying in terms of his experience level, it's a young experience in the NFL as a coach. And he's going to learn these things. He has to learn adversity. He has to learn how to make the smart calls. You have to learn how to play the statistics. He didn't know how to play those statistics, and he got burned last night. So Daniel says, what do you do when everybody wants your team to lose, including the referees? You just believe. You just hold on, man. That's it, because it's tough. The 49ers definitely are being rooted on by everybody else. So you just gotta believe, and hopefully that the 49ers can stay up and do what they got to do. And the Lion drone choked on the 49er log. Can't stop thinking of the Lions fan that got the tattoo. Yeah, that Lions. It happens every single year. Fans get their little tats. Super Bowl champions, and it's before the Super Bowl even happens. Why are you posting pictures of yourself wearing a Super Bowl tattoo of a team that hasn't won a Super Bowl? Like if they win it, go do it. Don't do it before. Like it's so dumb. It's like getting a tattoo of a girlfriend or a boyfriend on you. It just never ends good. You just don't get those. There's some things you don't tattoo on your body, and a Super Bowl tattoo is one of them. I just would never. I would never, if like someone told me, Raj, right now, let's go to the tattoo parlor and I need you to get a tattoo of the 49ers Super Bowl champs 2024. I would look them and say no, even if they paid me a lot of money. I wouldn't do it because it's so stupid to do it because you're going to jinx your team. You're going to look dumb. You're going to be cooked on social media if you post about it. It's just, it's like, yeah, it's asking to get bullied, says the Press Niners fan. It's just dumb. Dumb. So dumb to do it. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. Bomber T said the Chiefs D line is beat up. You know what? It is, unfortunately for them. They lost Charles Omenihu, former 49er defensive lineman, who's played on the Chiefs this year, and he's been playing really good. He's probably one of their better defensive linemen. He's had his career year this year. Really good guy. I think he was a heck of a player when he was with the 49ers. Wish the 49ers still had him. But they are going to be without him, unfortunately, because he tore his ACL yesterday in that Ravens game, man. So sucks for Charles Menahu, really good player. And again, he was having a heck of a season, man. I love that guy, but he will not be at the Super Bowl. That's an unfortunate turn of events for him. I don't want to see anybody get hurt, especially if you're going to the Super Bowl. You want to see both teams healthy, and right now, unfortunate for him, he's not. So hopefully he heals up and rests and recovers and rehabs and can get back on the field one day. But it's a long road to recovery, especially at this point right now. I don't even know if he's going to be able to make it back for the season next year for them. So that's a rough break for the Kansas City Chiefs. The guy's a good player. So that's going to be an advantage for the 49ers. They do have a really good defensive line in Kansas City, but that's a big, big loss for them. That is a huge loss going into this game. So that's definitely right there an advantage for the 49ers. So it's unfortunate. Jocelyn says, the video of Devo taking it all in after they won got me emotional. Devo taking it all in was amazing. All week he fought to play in the NFC Championship. He did what he had to do, rehab. He grinded. He did everything he needed to do, everything. And he played, and he got all the trash talk from C.J. Gardner-Johnson all year. And he just said, strap it up, young man, strap it up. Come and see me on the field, man. And Deebo Samuel did what he had to do. C.J. Gardner-Johnson was trying to take him out. He was dirty. He was playing dirty. He tried to hurt his shoulder. He was waving goodbye. Like we said earlier, he was, had his shirt off, trolling the Niner fans. Guy was an idiot. Like, he's just a classless idiot, And Deebo Samuel stood on business. Second half, I think that might have pissed him off for the fact that, CJ was waving. I'm sure he saw that. And Deebo, man, he came out and he played so blistering last night. Like I said it yesterday, I said this guy deserves to be one of the heroes of this game. I think his performance went underrated because he didn't have like the big highlight play like Brandon Aiyuk or whatnot. But I swear to God, man, this guy Deebo, man, he put this team on his back, and he made sure that he got the last laugh. And he trolled him last night. He says, "Go check on little bruh." He said, "Go check on little bruh." Someone go check on little bruh. And then today he says, I was always taught to stand on 10 toes. Stood on business, and then he posted the video. He posted the video of, Chauncey waving goodbye. And my favorite. I don't know if you guys saw this today. Brandon Aiyuk. Holy Brandon Aiyuk. Let me show you this one. This guy, Brandon Aiyuk, is a absolute dog for this one. I don't know if you guys saw this one. He posted on his Instagram, and I posted on Twitter. He posted his picture, right, of his touchdown pass. Now, look who this is. Look who that is. That's Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. But guess what? Brandon Aiyuk photoshopped his number. He deleted Chauncey Gardner-Johnson from existence, guys. He erased him, if you will. He photoshopped his name and number out there. You know why? Because last night, Diamondo Lenore, you know what Diamondo Lenore said? He says, "I'm the real Deuce. I'm the real two. I'm the real Deuce." And Brandon Aiyuk deleted that man's number. I love that. Was the best petty moment of all time this season. Bro, this team is so petty. I love it. And then they're only petty when they lose. Or when they win. Sorry, not when they lose. They're petty when they make the other team lose. That's what I love this team for that. I love this team. Petty Kings. Petty Kings. I love it, man. I can't wait for this Super Bowl. I hope the 49ers can come through and deliver the business, because we need it. We absolutely need it, Jim Everett. You crazy. Taylor Swift. Okay. Brock Purdy, the best 49ers quarterback since Steve Young? I think so. I agree with that. My man Peter Parks says, "Sorry I'm late." No problem. Better late than never. How are we feeling, my man? Super Bowl vibes coming through. The 49ers are favorites right now. So they're favorites right now. I think, depending on where you look, I think some people said 2.5. I saw 1.5 favorites. So we'll see. Steve Young, my man, 49ers throwback, says, "I saw some Steve Young in him last night." I did too. Those scramble plays, they were Steve Young-esque. I love it, man. Absolutely loved seeing what Steve Young said about him in the last couple of weeks. Like he said, he's got the Jedi mind trick, the Force, and he's really been supporting Brock Purdy. And I love Steve Young, and he's just been really, really, really showcasing his love and support for Brock, and I love that because Brock's the young new quarterback for this team, and he's the franchise, and having the former franchise quarterback support and mentor this new one is everything, and I love it. So definitely saw some shades of Steve Young in Brock Purdy yesterday. The scramble plays, the ability to run outside the pocket and throw, past the chains. That was Steve Young, man. That's Steve Young, man. Let's go. Yes, sir. Hey, Peter Parker. Everybody was screaming, hyped up. It's good to be, a Niner fan always, but especially now. This is the best time to be a Niner fan. So it's great. It's been great time since yesterday, since last week. But I'll tell you, these last two games really took a lot out of my sales. I think they aged me about 20 years each. So that's a 40-year age growth. So instead of being 39, I feel like I'm 79 after these two games, man. These two games were so stressful. And it was wild because last week I was like, there's no way you top this Green Bay game. It's the most incredible game. I was like, this is wild, wild. There's no way you top it. And then last night, they did it. They topped that game. The best two games in Levi Stadium history, back-to-back playoff games. Can you believe it? Whew. Man, you guys need to watch that game again. I tell you, watch that game again. If you haven't watched it over, the second time hits so different. It's just like, oh man. And then seeing all the players and just like, man, being there in the moment was legendary. But then rewatching it is just like, oh my God. So let's see. Shade says it was -2.5 after the game for the Niners. This is the spread. Ended the night at Niners -1. Wouldn't be surprised if it flips to Chiefs -1 by game time. Yeah, it's going to be back and forth. It's going to be back and forth. Do I get a Niners Super Bowl jersey? You got to get it. You got to get it. You got to get a Niners Super Bowl jersey. You got to get it, baby. You got to get it. How can you watch it again? They might have it on TV. I always record it. I always do. But if you have the NFL app, on the NFL app, you can watch the replays. So my man Enrique says, I already watched it again. Second half. You didn't want to watch that first half, huh? You gotta love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Victory Monday in the books. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. We'll be back a little later live. I'm going to go live on Instagram a little later. But I just want to say, hyped up for this Super Bowl. So happy for the 49ers winning the NFC Championship. Let's go, baby. Niners in the Super Bowl. I can't wait. We got a lot more to talk about. But I'm going to be back later. I will go live on Instagram. I'm going to see if Smitty wants to come on and get cooked up. Heart attack game. It was wild. It was fun. I love it. You guys have a blessed rest of your day. I love you.